Hello everyone, this is Nickredace, and I know it's been practically ages since I got on this game or done any sort of recording, but we're continuing on with the RPGO mods, I want to say. So, last time we did Samurai, and we did the Spec Ops, and since then there's been about 8 more additions. So I'm going to be burning through these for the next few days. I'm probably going to have at least 5 of them done and ready to be edited and sent out just today, because I have them all already installed. So let's go straight into this. By the way, this is nice. I have millions of mods installed. That's why we'll get into this later. Anyway, so we're going to start with the Gauntlet. Now, Gauntlet is from Longwar 2, the Gauntlet, and that RPG overhaul specialization mod gives you Purifier and Rocketeer, which I will now fire here. Purifier and Rocketeer. So the first thing is Napalm X, and now is a chance to panic enemies. From what I've seen from this, it's a low chance, because I've done it several times. It's like, aha, panic, nothing. So it's a low chance, but it can happen. I wouldn't recommend getting it as your first thing if you're going to have a Rocketeer Gauntlet kind of guy, or Purifier. I just wouldn't get it right off the bat, but it's there. Next, for the Rocketeer, we have Fire in the Hole. Your rockets are more accurate. A pretty good base level up so far. All your rockets are more accurate. It's decent. That's all I can say about that. Phosphorus now deals damage to mechanical enemies and shreds armor. That is a definite gain. This is... You definitely want to get this if you're making any sort of flamer build, because that means now practically nothing, well, very few things are now immune to fire. You can now deal damage to their mechs, and the ability to shred armor is very good when it comes to the, I can't remember, the sectopods. For Rocketeer, we have Shock and Awe, which, I'm going to be honest, I don't see as it being useful. It's kind of there with the Napalm X, pretty much, not because it's a low chance disorienting, but it's a low chance you're going to deal more than 25 damage in a single turn with this one unit, with rockets. It's not that very high of a chance. And next we have Incinerator, which increased range and covers a wider area of effect, a base upgrade. Then we have Bunker Buster. Fire special rocket, destroys buildings and other objects in the environment. Pretty much, it's a larger blast radius rocket. Deals less damage. Then we have Roast. Pretty much, it's like the sniper ability Flush, except the flamer. And again, has greater distance. I haven't seen it being... It's useful, but it's not as useful as you would think. Next, we move on to Fire and Steel. Attacks with your Gauntlet and fires set by the Gauntlet weapons do more damage. So, rockets deal more damage, and fires do more damage. Burnout. Activating your flame forward leaves a small smoke cloud around your position, providing a defense bonus. Once your character gets burnout, once you hit this, your flamer character is pretty much really good team. You just want everyone to be around him. He activates that ability. They all get defensive bonuses. Kind of the opposite, if you think about it, of what a flamethrower person would really be like. Because usually you wouldn't want everyone surrounded by the guy who can instantly explode into flames, but you get it. Next we have Javelin Rockets, which increases the range of your rockets, and you may hit targets beyond your visual range. It's good for the increase in range. I haven't really seen its practicality in the firing beyond your visual range, unless you absolutely know where the enemy is. So, next you have High Pressure Tanks. Flamethrower gains additional charges. Again, baseline upgrade. And Concussion Rocket. Fire special rocket that does limited damage, but has a chance to stun or disorient organic enemies. And leaves a cloud of smoke. Now, when it says leaves a cloud of smoke, I'm not sure if that means leaves a cloud of smoke where you are or where they are. Because you can see where that would be. Like, if it's where you are, that's good. If it's where they are, that's great. You're stunning them, disorienting them, but you now can't hit them as well because they have a defensive bonus. And lastly is Firestorm. Once per battle, all attack all units in a complete circle with flames. Also grants immunity to fire damage. It's not that bad. It's not that good. So that's pretty much just the Gauntlet overhaul. Now, it's not... The Gauntlet overhaul is not really the best overhaul. Just putting it out there. But it's not the worst. But it does give you baseline upgrades for the Gauntlet in general. The Gauntlet by itself from the Longwar to secondary weapons is good, but it's not that good. This makes it more useful. Things like Burnout and Incinerate and Phosphorus are all very good. When it comes to Rocketeer, none of the Rocketeer ones are really super good, except for Fire and Steel and Fire and Hole. Javelin Rockets alright, and Concussion Rockets it's alright, but if you're going to choose one of these two trees, I'd choose the Purifier, simply because of Phosphorus, Burnout, and even high pressure tanks in Firestorm have more utility than the other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a soldier equipped with these, and we're going to test it out. Alright, so the first units I'm going to do is I'm going to move up our flame units.
Not hiding up high all night.
Our readings indicate that relay is feeding energy directly into their network. If you can destroy it, it may disrupt their efforts to isolate the transmitter.
So as you can see, we have 4 uses of the flamethrower, 1 use of the Firestorm, 2 uses of the Roust, 1 bunker buster, and 1 concussion grenade, and 1 regular grenade. So we're gonna be pretty limited with our weaponry.
Wait.
Those that lost.
Are those humans?
It appears the alien devices dropped during the first
So I gave
invasion
each one
had a
one secondary
degenerative
weapon. He has a
effect on these
Wakizashi,
citizens,
and she has a
causing their
hand
physical
cannon.
and mental health to rapidly decay while maintaining primitive organic functions. Approach with caution, Commander. They are certainly dangerous.
Copy that.
More lost.
I'm all over it.
And these people who I didn't even want to be in this.
Stepping off.
Roger, holding.
Commander, I'm sending reinforcements in from the Avengers Reserves.
Yeah, it's another mod I got. It's a really cool mod, but sometimes it's just like you wish it wasn't active, like it was toggleable. Alright, so.
Moving on target location.
Now I can use either of them for the Rocketeer or Flamer.
That's
Now-
a confirmed visual on the transmitter. Plant the X4 charges before they can cut it off from the network.
Shut up, Central.
I had always wondered why Advent had so many of their churches in the city centers. They must be getting desperate if they're sending the elders' priests after us now.
Alright, they're slightly out of range.
Got it covered.
It can come from anywhere. Stay sharp. Already there.
Oh shit.
And now. Cover's blown.
Whoops.
sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them.
I definitely got that one. Before you get too close. It has to be there.
Going to need to reload soon.
top of you.
Target eliminated. Get a little too warm over here.
On the move. This might burn a little.
On the move. X-ray neutralized. Burn them real fast.
On my way. Got it covered.
Solid call. No need to ask twice.
That's right.
A little ugly. Incoming over here.
I'm here because we want the same thing. You should invest in better guards.
Moving to position.
Signal confirmed. X4 charges are active.
On my way.
Right. Figuratively.
Too close to the heat.
Feel good.
They got me.
Requesting evac. 10-4.
I'm on the way.
Sure thing.
Trusting you here. Okay.
Ready to boogie.
Don't tell me this is it. Take it slow. This would be overkill.
All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
Confirmed. Mission aborted. It's unfortunate we couldn't pull this off.
I have no idea how we failed that mission, since I do remember us planting the bomb and then evacuating everyone. Well, but as you can see, the effectiveness of the Purifier part of the Gauntlet RPG overhaul mod is really good. Firestorm is incredibly effective against the Lost. Well, again, the Rocketeer isn't the best. It still has pretty good things. Bunker Buster was effective, and it did. The concussion rocket did give your person smoke, not them. So that is pretty good there. Also, very good at detonating cars, it seems, because all the cars exploded. But no, it worked very well. And that's just the RPG overhaul mod. Now, I'm sure many of you guys have a lot of questions, especially like, what was that lolly-looking character? This new mod came out.
Only the commitment of Advent forces prevented today's senseless attack on our infrastructure.
Another one would be like, Nick, what was the random shooting, and why is that certain people couldn't reload? The reason certain people can't reload actually has nothing to do with them reloading. It has to do with their weapon. As you saw, I could reload my Maddock and all that, and the sniper guy can reload a sniper rifle. It's the weapon they're carrying. But as you saw, we did pretty good. We killed a lot of enemies. We lost the mission still. But that was the Gauntlet. Gauntlet.